We are Brandon and Erin Parish. I started attending Northside when I was a teenager, a long time ago. Erin and I started attending full-time when we were married roughly 16 years ago.
So we both grew up in homes that we knew our parents gave to the church. So that set the foundation for us to know that we should give to the church as well. But when we first got married, we had to make some tough decisions about how we were going to spend our money as a couple. It felt hard in the beginning to commit to giving 10% of our finances to God with all our other bills and then our wants as well. Do we have to give 10% before or after taxes? Can I still shop as much as I like? What kind of car can we buy for our growing family? Those are all questions we wrestled with. But in the end, we always came back to the idea that all we have is God's anyway, and He's commanded us to give us, for us to give Him our first 10%. So while we may not have been as consistent early in our marriage as we are now, thanks online giving, we decided to gather fairly early to live on 90% of whatever we made.
There's so many places where you can spend your money. A lot of these things are on what we would call the needs of our daily life, especially nowadays. With the prices of everything skyrocketing, it's very easy to justify in your own mind giving less to the Lord. Don't get me wrong, it's still hard today, and I still wrestle sometimes with this topic. However, time and time again, the Lord has shown us that being obedient to His word and tithing on a consistent basis has led to miraculous results. I know that word may sound over-exaggerated at first, but several times we have made commitments that we weren't sure about and weren't quite comfortable with. And time again, He provides. Many times it's in ways that we couldn't even think of. And it's not just monetary.
One major example for us is during the building fund, the Generous Project. We were challenged by others that did videos, which is one reason we agreed to do this video. We were tithing, but the remainder of our money was being used to try to meet some financial goals we were working towards. So when we were challenged to give extra to the church, we originally really didn't want to. It was going to set us back multiple years from meeting some of our goals. But in the end, we decided to put those goals off and give to the building fund in addition to our tithe. And it turned out that over the course of those years, we ended up giving what we had committed to the church, and we also met the goals we had set. And we know that that was God blessing us, because at the time we committed our funds, there was no way that could have been possible. Proverbs 11:24-25 says, "One man gives freely, yet gains even more. Another withholds unduly, but comes to poverty. A generous man will prosper. He who refreshes others will himself be refreshed."
This topic of tithing and money is often uncomfortable and awkward, especially in the church. We had that similar uncomfortable feeling when Wayne asked to do this video, but we truly believe that there is no better place to invest your time and our money, and that you can live a more fulfilling and fruitful life on 90%. By tithing, we feel a sense of calm and reassurance that God is in control. He can do more with our tithe than we could ever think about achieving on our own. When you think about what Northside alone has done for others in our community and around the world, it's simply amazing, and we feel privileged to be a part of it. We would encourage others to go for it. See what God can do. See what He does through the church using the funds you give, and also see what He does for you personally.